The winter of 1994 in St. Petersburg didn't just bring snow, it brought a cold that felt like needles of ice piercing the soul. For Maksim Volkov, the cold was an old friend. He stood on the edge of the Neva River, the wind whipping his heavy wool coat, watching the gray water churn against the ice floes. "They are late, Maksim," a voice grunted behind him. It was Victor, a man built like a Siberian bear with a scar running from his temple to his jaw, a souvenir from the Soviet-Afghan War. Victor was the muscle, but Maksim was the mind. Together, they were the last remnants of the Volkov name, a family that had been crushed by the reigning kingpin of the city, Boris the Butcher Orlov. "Patience, Victor," Maksim said, his voice as calm as a frozen lake. "Orlov is a man of ego. He thinks making us wait makes him powerful. He doesn't realize it only makes him predictable." A black Mercedes-Benz 600 SEL slid silently through the snow, its headlights cutting through the fog like the eyes of a predator. Two more cars followed. This wasn't a meeting, it was a show of force. The doors opened and out stepped Boris Orlov. He was draped in sable fur, his fingers dripping with gold rings. He was the Don, the Vor v Zakone, thief in law, who had filled the power vacuum left by the fall of the Soviet Union. "Maksim," Boris boomed, his breath hitching in the freezing air. "I heard you were back in the city. I thought I told you to stay in the shadows of the countryside."
"The shadows got lonely, Boris," Maxim replied, stepping forward. "And I heard you were having trouble with the shipments from the port. I came to offer a solution." Boris laughed, a dry, hacking sound. "A solution? You are a ghost, boy. Your father is dead, your brothers are in prison, and your territory belongs to me. You have nothing to offer." "I have the codes to the Vyborg terminal," Maxim said quietly. The laughter stopped. Boris's eyes narrowed. The Vyborg terminal was the gateway for half the illicit oil leaving Russia. Without those codes, Boris was losing millions every week to the state inspectors. "Where did you get them?" Boris demanded. "That doesn't matter. What matters is the price. I want the Petrograd district back. I want my father's house, and I want the seat at the Council of 12. Boris stepped closer, his guards tensing, their hands moving toward the submachine guns hidden under their coats. "You are bold for a man with no army." "I don't need an army to kill a man who is already surrounded by enemies," Maxim whispered. At that moment, a red dot appeared on Boris's chest, then another on his lead guard's forehead. From the darkened windows of the abandoned textile factory across the river, Maxim's hidden marksmen had locked their targets. Maxim didn't flinch. "You think I came here to beg? I came here to negotiate your retirement. You keep the port and the luxury hotels. You give me the district and the council seat. Or we see how fast your guards can react before their brains hit the snow." Boris looked at the red dot on his heart. He was a killer, but he was also a businessman. He knew when he had been outplayed. "You have your father's eyes, Maxim. Cold, empty. Fine, you get your district. But remember this, in Russia, power is like the sun in winter. It looks bright, but it provides no warmth. You will freeze just like the rest of them." As the Mercedes sped away, Victor let out a breath he had been holding. "That was suicide, Maxim. We only have 3 shooters. If they had rushed us—" "They didn't," Maxim said, putting the pocket watch away. "The first rule of being a Don, Victor, is never let them see how many bullets you actually have. Now, get the car. We have a family to rebuild." That night, Maxim sat in his father's old study. The dust was thick and the furniture was covered in white sheets, making the room look like a gathering of ghosts. He poured a glass of cheap vodka and toasted the empty chair across from him. "I'm back, father," he whispered. But the war was only beginning. To take back St. Petersburg, he would have to fight the Chechens to the south, the Bratva rivals to the east, and the corrupt police who took bribes from everyone. Maxim Volkov wasn't just a criminal. He was a man of the old code, a man who believed that Redan was a king without a crown, and by the time the snow melted in the spring, he intended to be the only king left.